As I promised last time that I will continue with Valkyrie products, their new releases. Here it is again. So apart from the black version of the VKO2, which you already see in the review of white version, but it's practically the same, and in this one as well you can go vertical, we have a new AIO here. So they released two series of AIO, the V version and the A version. So right here we have the A360 ARGB black, and of course you have it in white, and you have it in 240 version as well. So I'm going to cover the 240 because I really want to give you guys more idea about the thermals and everything, how it competes compared to this one. Of course, it's going to be weaker, but it's important to know all the details, right? So regarding that, we're having quite interesting AIO right here. Now, the V version had a different locking mechanism because that's the first difference that you'll notice. And then when you place it in your PC, there are two other differences that are quite obvious, let's put it this way. The first one is the pump block top, right? So you can't miss that. That's straightforward, obvious. The cool thing about this pump block top is that you don't have to remove it from the magnet that is attached. You actually just rotate it, which is really straightforward and simple. You just rotate the pump to the angle that fits your position of the pump block top on your processor. And then the second thing, or basically the third, depending how you look at it, is this cover for the cables. Now, this is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. And why am I saying a good bad thing, right? Well, the thing is, it widens up the whole position of the radiator. So it's not your regular 120, it's a bit more, and I would say even up to 13, so 130. And it adds 5 to 6, 7 millimeters. So yeah, it kind of goes a bit wider than regular because of that cover. You have it on front, you have it at the back. It's really good. It's not actually just a cover, it's actually a canal for your cables at the back. And the good thing is, it looks good. It looks like brushed aluminum, even though it isn't. It's just plastic. Because if it was an aluminum, you wouldn't be able to remove it. So you can easily just pop it off and take it out. But then you're having those, well, not hideous design, I can't say that, but regular design of the fans without anything specific on them. They are designed that way just to hold this cover. So, for instance, if you don't want the cover or your radiator can't fit, you remove the cover and that's it. I think that's quite straightforward. Now, let's go quickly through some details. We're having copper cold plate, we have aluminum radiator, tubing 425 millimeters, pump dimensions 84.5 times 78.5 times 53. Radiator dimensions are 397 times 120 times 27, and the fan dimensions are 120, 120, 25. Fan speed goes from 800 to 1800 RPMs, and it's controlled with PWM, so that's good. And we have TDP up to 280 watts, so that's also quite outstanding. We have Valkyrie A12 fans, which airflow is 69 CFM at maximum, 2.02 millimeters H2O static pressure, and 32.8 decibels at the maximum level with the warranty of 3 years. Compatibility is basically all Intel sockets and AM4 and AM5. Just to go back on that wideness of the radiator with the covers, it's 132, so it's not 120, it's 132. And just so you know, this is quite important. Of course, this AIO is backed up with their software MidCool, and you can customize and adjust everything that you need regarding the AIO, so it gives you kind of extended options when adjusting, right? But honestly, you connect everything directly to your motherboard, so if you don't want any additional software on your PC, you can just do it as so. When we're talking about connections, it's really straightforward. Basically, the pump has two cables running out, 4-pin PWM and 3-pin 5 volts addressable RGB, which isn't daisy chainable. And then when we go up on top for the fans, they have a proprietary cable which is already pre-connected to the extension that extends to a 4-pin PWM and 3-pin 5 volts addressable RGB that has the possibility to daisy chain. This is designed that way, so you actually just connect the pump directly to the fans when we're talking about lightning and connect it to your motherboard with that 3-pin 5 volts addressable RGB header. Now, mounting mechanism, specifically on AM5, what you do is remove the original retention brackets and you place 4 screw distancers on the motherboard without any plates. Then you place the retention brackets, one on top and one at the bottom, and you lock those retention brackets with the thumb screw. Now, what would I suggest before going any further and placing the pump? The top one needs to be held upwards so that when you place the pump with the screws, you need to align it properly with 2 screws above and beneath the pump. So hold the retention brackets that is on top, tie up the screws, let it go. This is the way. This way, the retention bracket on top goes the furthest, most furthest position, and the bottom one as well needs to go to the lowest one. This is the exact spacing for the pump block top to be able to be placed. And then you can mount your pump block top. Now, there's one more thing. The pump block top comes with pre-attached Intel brackets on the side. So you remove those brackets for Intel, and if you're going with AMD, for instance, and you use the same screws for the mounting brackets for the AMD. That's it. And finally, what you do is you don't have to apply thermal paste because it's already pre-applied on the copper base. So yeah, that's it. Quite straightforward. It is a bit more complicated than on the V series, but still, regardless, it's really easy, and the fans are already pre-installed on the radiator on the proper side, depending on where you're going to place the radiator, but 70-80% people place it on top, and this position here gives the cables running out at the back. Now, when we're talking about the benchmarks, finally, we have the AIO 64 Extreme Edition, AMD Ryzen 9 7900 X3D going up to 85 degrees Celsius, clock speed 4800 megahertz, which is, when we compare to the V series, 1 degree higher and 25 megahertz clock speed lower. The GPU in this scenario, and I'm just stating it because in the other VKO2 I had the RX 7700 XT. Now here we have RTX 4070 Ti Super, and well, basically the GPU went up to 61 in this position, same fan configuration as in the white version, so that's outstanding. Now, Cinebench scores, here we go. 80 degrees constant, so it didn't move anywhere. And 5000 megahertz clock speed, again, it didn't move anywhere. And we got slightly higher Cinebench scores than the V360 Lite. So Valkyrie A360 score, first one was, I don't know, most likely warming up 26,255, and then immediately jumps to 26,400. When I take everything into consideration and compare it to V360 Lite was running in somewhere in the mids 26,350, while the VK-A360 was running more close to 26,400. When we take into consideration all of that, it's not a big of a difference because 50 Cinebench points up or down, it's really not that drastical, I would say. And those 2-3 degrees difference, yeah, it kind of takes a huge difference, but at least it's not running as on some AIOs that I had around 85, 88 or something similar to that. So what I can say is the thermals are outstanding both AIOs. The 360 ones, we're going to check out the 240 ones as well in both versions. So the A240 addressable RGB and the V240 Lite as well. So all in all, in this price category, I think I can say that I'm quite satisfied with the performance and everything that this, actually the V as well, but the A series also did nicely perform, and I'm really digging the possibility to rotate the pump quite. It does have a click, but it has so much clicks. How would I say, more precise control when you're talking about orientation of the pump. But regardless of that, PC Crazy approved badge. Just because of the price per performance ratio, it really does look quite nice as well. In addition to everything, easy installation when we're talking about the radiator, a bit more complicated, but not drastical, but a bit more movements than compared to the V series. And all in all, yeah, that's it. Really straightforward. So what I can say is thumbs up again to the guys at Valkyrie for doing quite solid work with their AIOs, specifically with the performance. And all in all, that's it. Guys, the links are in the description, so you can check out the prices and everything else all together. And then, if you're still here, Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the notification bell. See you very soon, because we still have to cover the V240 and the A240. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.